Gotta turn that off. Forgot about that. Let's see. Webcam filters. Edit filters. Boop. There we go. All right. Happy birthday to me. It's September 29th. I'm 32 years old. Libra. I don't like long walks on the beach because I hate sand. It's coarse, irritating, and it gets everywhere. Anywho. Well, I've been really, really busy the past couple days. It's been a lot of family gatherings, work, school, exams. I finally managed to carve out some free time for myself over the last... Actually, no, just today is Monday, the first time I've had some time. We tried to stream over Friday and Saturday so I could just eke out the ending of Genshin Impact for the Nodcry patch, and there's so much more to do there. I might actually be streaming World Quests again, because we haven't streamed World Quests in so long. So that's something that I actually plan on doing in the near future. And I still haven't gotten around to the new release of Honkai Star Rail, so I'm probably going to try to find time to stream that later this week. But I have to find time to edit through 5 to 6 hours of Genshin footage again. It's gonna be so hard to find time for everything. I'm actually at the point where if I probably should just hire an editor. I could keep doing it myself, but doing it myself is preventing me from doing what I want to do. But we're probably just going to cut back. If I have to put the videos on YouTube way after they're no longer relevant, then that's going to be neither here nor there. But these little small streams for One Piece are at least something that you can look forward to 3 weeks out of the month. That's going to be uploaded at a relatively decent pace because these are usually under an hour, in and around 30 minutes, these reaction streams to the One Piece chapters. So I usually end up only having to just put chapters on it. I feel bad not editing them down like I do for some of my longer VODs. So I always put in some effort to always make sure that there's a little bit of a chapter in the YouTube description. You can always click through and you'll be able to click to whatever page and see what my reaction is to a certain panel. And if you are one of the people that watches these live or within the first 3 weeks of them uploading, I'm looking at the Viz website. You can see it right behind my webcam right now. Chapter 1161. And as always, Viz makes the 3 most recent chapters free to read for everyone. And I believe their subscription is like $2 to $4 a month if you want to pay to have access to their whole catalog. But I primarily read One Piece here. I read the official scans, so I don't look at leaks. And I'm going to react to them like a day after all the big streamers do. So you're probably only looking these unless A, you're a friend of mine, or B, you just want to see somebody else react to it because you are just that starved for One Piece content. And frankly, I should be really low on the list for you. But enough self-deprecating myself. It's my birthday. I'm supposed to be having a good time here. Anywho, 1 second. I'm going to grab something from behind my green screen. Oh. Alright, I'm back. Went to grab a cough drop. I'm still in the middle of my allergies. I'm feeling really good right now, but I can feel a cough coming, so might as well grab it now. Keep my throat nice and fresh. Alright, so without further ado, that's enough of a long intro. So let's just jump into One Piece, chapter 1161. We are opening with a color spread for once. And it is a artist request. Based on a request, Luffy and Usopp catching Chopper plushie at a crane game by Koedo. Really nice color spread. I see Nami holding a bunch of little characters as plushies. I see a Rebecca, a Nojiko, what's his name? Haneda? I think that's the name of the wizard from the Witharia. She's got a Vivi as well. I can't make out... Oh wait, is that a Genzo? Or is that Belmir wearing Genzo's hat? No, it's a Genzo and a Belmir, not a Rebecca. Okay, that's cute. Nami and Luffy are fighting over a Chopper plushie. Meanwhile, I see a Chopper actually in the back there. He's trapped inside of a claw machine, with Usopp trying really hard to get him out. Robin seems very concerned. And is literally got her hands clasped. Robin always is really soft on Chopper and seems to care for Chopper quite a bit. I wonder if they'll ever expand on that a little bit more in the story. Frankie's over there counting his coins. He's only got 4 left, it looks like, which means Usopp's got 4 more tries to get Chopper. And let's look at the plushies that Luffy's holding. He's got a Kinemon, he's got a Whitebeard, he's got a Rayleigh, he's got a Dodon, I think that's a Garp. I forget her name from the bar in Windmill Village. Green-haired lady. There's a Sabo. There's an Ace. There's a Shanks. He's got a Gaimon in his mouth. And in his pocket, I see a little Momonosuke. And it looks like he dropped... it looks like he dropped a little plushie of Boa. And Sanji's hoarding a bunch behind him. Aw, he's hugging a little plushie of Pudding. He's also got Komurasaki. Oh, there's a Whoop Slap hanging out behind Luffy as well. Sanji's got a Viola, he's got a Kami, he's got a Lilith, he's got a Komurasaki, he's got a Konus. I can't quite make out who that last one is. I think it's Tomo from Wano, I'm not entirely sure. Zoro is leaning back on a... sleeping like this against a plushie of Shirahoshi. And underneath him, in a similar relaxed pose, is a Mihawk plushie. Also, there's a Buggy plushie over by Luffy's foot. Looks like he's kicked it away or he's fallen it. Jinbei is asleep. Oh, up towards, above Luffy, there is a Yamato plushie. Also, we see Jinbei asleep on one side of the panel, but he's also behind Nami asleep, so there's just a close-up panel. Interesting. There's a few characters that are on here twice. You can make out Robin twice, you can make out Frankie twice, you can make out Jinbei twice. And I think that's everything that's going on. That was a really nice in-depth description of the cover page. Of the color spread, I should say. And the fact that we're getting color spread means that one of my predictions from last chapter was probably wrong. It looks like, unless we jump back to it randomly for some reason, I think we're finally done with Yamato's cover story. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage. I still remember the name of it because I've had to read it for 44 plus chapters at this point. Alrighty. Well, with that out of the way, I guess I can start reading page 1. And for a lot of y'all, I guess this is page 1. No page 1 on page 1. Bad cover page. But, oh, there's a carrot one right next to the Poa, I just noticed. Oh, and there's a giant Broggy at the bottom, too. And there's a blonde character. What we hold in our hearts is ours forever, who I can't make out. because there's the One Piece title behind it. Alright, well that's enough of page 1. Let's go to page 2 and find out what the actual title of this dang chapter is. Page 2 and 3, we got a blank page with the logo on it. So this is going to be really short. And oh my god, there's a cover page! The cover story continues! A song of love, bound under a hail of arrows. This might be the first One Piece chapter where I don't put the title of the chapter in the YouTube edit, because that's too long. I think that's over the character limit. There we go. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 43, Where the Heroes Sleep. It looks like we're in some sort of hall. I can see Kinemon on one side, Momonosuke on the other, Yamato in the center. They're praying at an altar. I see Kazuki Oden, Kazuki Toki, Uzuki Tempura, Fugetsu Omitsubi, Shimatsu Ushimaru, Ushimaru, Shimatsu Yasue, Otaka, Ashiradoji. There's a Tar something, a Mar something, a Tai something. They're kind of obscured at the bottom. Izo, Pedro. Oh, and there's a Kurazumi here too. Interesting. Who's the... I guess it might be Tama's parents. I wonder what the Kurazumi... I'm assuming that's who the Kurazumi is. And then the big Kozuki Oden at the center. Well, interesting. Well, I guess my predictions are... We're not wrong. The cover page continues. Last one was not the last one. This one's here. And maybe we'll get another chapter of Yamato finally setting off and leaving Wano. Then it'll come full circle, and they'll have fully paralleled Oden's journey. But what pirate will be washing up on the shore for Yamato to leave the island with? Who knows? Maybe it'll be Buggy. That would be funny, right? If it's Buggy. Yamato joins the Buggy pirates for a bit, and then rejoins Luffy later as part of the Grand Fleet. That'd be hilarious. Please, I know this is just an off-the-cuff prediction, and I'll do another prediction section later at the end like I always do. But boy, I can't believe I just now thought of that. That's hilarious. Alrighty, pages 4 and 5. Where did we leave off? Oh, right! Depression Land! God Valley! I forgot that we were still in a dang Loki flashback. Alright. What's going on? Minifigures converged on the island, bearing the individual goals and desires, turning God Valley into an inescapable battlefield of nightmares. Please, my lord, the island... Leave the island to the evacuation tunnel. There's an evacuation tunnel? This is an unaffiliated island. When did they have time to make an evacuation tunnel? Not yet. I wanted that prize. We'll be responsible for bringing it with us. Responsible? You'll be held responsible for defying us a good time, you bungling fools. Of course, the Marines are going to catch a lot of the flack for this. I wonder how many Marines are going to get executed because of this stupid Celestial Dragon nonsense. Maybe this is our big chance. Let's get the Chaos to find a way out. Let's find us a boat. Okay, we got Roger. Where's Shaki? She better be unharmed. Eris, Teach, where are you? Eris? Who's Eris? I guess the Eris must be his wife and or sister or somebody. I guess that's Sebek saying that. It's gotta be his family he's looking for. Because Teach is obviously Marshall D. Teach. Was Teach's name always spelled D-E-E-C-H? I don't remember that. Alright, we go cutting back to Dragon. He's got a hood now. I don't know where he got that from. But I guess that he's going to keep that hooded look from this point on. Just hanging there a little longer. Which way are the Navy ships? Pirates This is the wrong way. Found him. It's a sailor carrying a baby. Sailor as in Navy. So, okay, so one of the God Knights found Dragon and has fired a mouth laser through his shoulder. Yikes! And that ends pages 4 and 5. Man, Dragon can't catch a break today, huh? There, got him. Who is this person? Holy Knights of the God Satchel's family. Saint Maffei. Well, that's another... I don't know if we've had that name before for one of the 21 families. They kind of look like Killingham. I wonder if they're related. I don't remember if Killingham was the Satchel family or not. Saint Maffei. Or Maffei. I'm not sure how that's spelled. We're on 6 and 7, by the way. Okay. You saved my life, Maffei. Garling was gonna kill me, I'm sure. Ugh. No, wait. Don't take those babies. They're the only way I can atone for being part of this sick, murderous game. So dragons drop the kids. So that's maybe that's why Shanks isn't the brightest guy. He was dropped as a baby. So long, young man. Considering all the people who have died, I guess I deserve this too. Wow, Dragon is depressing. Out of the... Oh my god, someone just cleaved that God Knight in half. Oh wait, God Knights are kind of pseudo-immortal, aren't they? Are they just going to get back up? Oh, it was Whitebeard that did that. Lin Big Mom is here as well. I feel like we're missing some dialogue here because this conversation starts with, "No, I wasn't aiming for you. That was an enemy I cut down." Liar, I almost died there. Do we need to settle our score now? Now's the time. How many pirate crews are on this island now? Oh, who are those enormous pirates? Dragon doesn't know who they are. Interesting. Dragon doesn't recognize Big Mom and Edward Newgate. They should be pretty big names at this point if they're part of Rox's crew. Alright, we've got a big spread on 8 and 9, so this will be a short page. Hey, Newgate, are you trying to kill me, you rat? Oh, Shiki's back there, too. Shiki. Hey, Linlin, you lied to me. Kaido. Uh-oh. It's the Rocks Pirates. Take them down and we'll all be famous. What? Hold on, do they think they deserve to win Shaki too? Go back and get in bed, you miserable weaklings. Alright, cool spread of everyone slashing in every direction. Got Big Whitebeard swinging his Bicento. We got Kaido swinging his big, Kanabo club. We got, Shiki doing a sword slash, and Big Mom doing a hand swipe, I guess? She's not holding a blade. Did they forget to draw him with a blade? What's happening on this island anyway? Oh, it's the lady who got cut in half. The God Knight that got cut in half is still alive. So yeah, the God Knights are kind of ridiculous. Okay, Dragon's gonna take advantage of this. And he's got an opening. Oh, then she's got the babies. Oh, the God Knight that got cut in half has the kids? How did that happen? Did she grab him before she got cut in half? I gotta go back. No, she didn't. Why does she have the babies? Also, one of the babies does has a huge lump on their head. I was making a joke about them being dropped as babies. I wasn't being literal. One of them probably does have brain damage. Alrighty, pages 10 and 11. There's 22 pages of this website, but the last 2 are usually ads. So, we're at the halfway part, which means this might be a 20-page chapter. So it's a big catch up ahead. Found myself a first-class fishing spot. Oh, is that Garp? Come quietly, you Neptunians. It's Garp, run or we'll be stuck here forever. Okay, everyone's fleeing. We're gonna fight him? Kaido wants to fight Garp. How come Garp didn't show up in Kaido's, like, top 5 when he was talking about all those people that were capable of damaging him all the way back in, Onigashima? No, forget it. Zeus, Prometheus. Oh, there's Zeus. Wow, Big Mom had Zeus and Prometheus even back at this point. Oh, Dragon's seen him. Dad? Heavenly Fire Blitz. It's Vice Admiral Garp! Just huge explosion panels. Big kaboom. Oh, there's Kuma. There's Ivankov. Who did that? What was it? Anyway, this is our big chance, Kuma. So this is the big distraction that allows them to get to the Devil Fruits. So this is what... This... Garp facing off against Dewgate, Lin, Kaido, delayed those 3 long enough for Ivankov and Kuma to get to the Devil Fruit prizes first. That's such an interesting turn of events. Alrighty, page 12 and 13. You call that fire, Lin? Oh, Garp's pissed. They threw explosions at him, but it didn't do anything. You couldn't cook a prime rib with this. Oh, I see now. The God Knights. It was the God Knight that was saying earlier that Garling would kill them if these kids got away. So Garling sent this God Knight to go recover his kids. Well, the kidnapper's got to be dead now. Baby's safe and sound too. Is that good? You're missing a baby, lady. Baby safe and sound. Perfect. Come back before Garling finds out. So sorry, I might be able to rescue your brother. I might not be able to rescue your brother, but at least I've got you. Oh my god, they're dumb. So he's going to escape with what presumably is Shanks, and he's going to shove Shanks in the chest for Roger will fight him later. And then Shamrock is going to get escorted by the Holy Knights back to Garling. Oh, it's the Manmire Holy Knight. You thought you could take advantage of the confusion to escape? No one gets alive, resident or pirate. Okay, so the Manmire family is going to try to kill all of the rabbits at the end. Oh, someone's reporting in. Reporting in, sir. The Rocks pirates are coming from the southeast of the valley. The Roger pirates are inbound from the northwest. We're about to be stuck in between the two. Ooh, sucks to be you guys. So we get a map of the island. It's set up in a circle. A circle. With the 2 halves of God Valley as 2 half circles. With the valley, I guess, in between the 2 giant mountains. Honestly, God Valley looks like a bident coming up out of the ground. So the Marines are smack dab in the middle of the valley. The Roger pirates are at the top of the island, going down into the valley. And the Celestial Dragons are considered to be off to the side. The Rocks pirates are at the bottom, going up into the valley. And the Marines are smack dab between where Rocks and Roger are about to clash. Alright, here we go. We're taking Shacky back. That's Roger. Defend the spot with your life. The treasure hasn't been hauled out yet. So the treasure's at the center of the island. Good place to store it, in all honesty. No clue why the Celestial Dragons are not here. I would have expected that the Celestial Dragons would have started at the treasure and started fanning out as they were hunting all of the rabbits. But it's starting to look like they're moving as a group, and most of the Celestial Dragons are only on what is effectively one side of the island. Not sure how that works out. The Rocks pirates come from the other direction. Oh, Rayleigh's here. Al Saber first. No, me, get off. We're here to rescue you, Shacky. Wait. Oh, no, this is a mix to the Rocks pirates. Oh, no, that's Kyo that says Al Saber first. That's Silver Axe. Is that Captain John with a mechanical arm? When did he get that? Why is it under his cloak? Alright, pages 14 and 15. We're still going. Put a stop to them. You made sure to escort Shakiyaku out of there. St. Somers, well... Well, what? St. Somers? You kidding me? You can't handle one woman in handcuffs? Sounds like there are a lot of pirates causing trouble out there. It looks like she beat up all the Marines while she was handcuffed. Ugh, I hate a woman who knows her own worth. Sounds like there's a lot of pirates causing trouble out there. You're better when you're naive. Man, Somers is... I mean, we already knew Somers was a horrible person. It doesn't surprise me that he's a misogynist on top of a person that loves using love as a weapon. And Shaki's gonna kick him while she's handcuffed. Oh! He grabbed her leg. So now this was a darker manga. This is the part where he snaps it or twists it in half, but I don't think he's gonna do that. Oh no, yeah, he's gonna pull out his big spiked thorn club and try to smack her, I guess, now that he's got her held down. And he smacks her down. Wow, nobody shows up and saves her and stops that from happening. Wow, I'm surprised. Oh, that's right. All those pirates are here to steal you back. You're in high demand. So high that it ruined our big day. But alive, you're only going to wind up with Garling. So the more emotional choice is to kill you and make sure no one can have you. Damn! St. Somers is cold! He's definitely my favorite Holy Knight we've met so far. He's the most interesting character. And he was freaked out when Gabon showed up on Elbaph. So maybe Gabon's going to show up here and slice him into pieces. And that's the end of pages 15. So let's see. 16, 17, and as you can see behind me, or down here in the corner, it does not say to be continued, which means there is still more pages after 16 and 17. Okay. Alright. Somers is still chastising, or... no, that's not the right word. Mocking Shaki, who he's now beaten to the floor with a club. Real tough guy, right? Beats up someone who's chained to the wall and handcuffed with their arms behind their head. That being said, she's beaten up several people in here, and also the Marines that were on the floor in the previous shot are now gone in this panel. So continuity error. They've come from far and wide to rescue you, but when they finally get here, battered and bruised, they'll find their beloved brutally slaughtered. I wonder how they'll react to that. Okay, there goes Whitebeard. He's clashing with Roger. Where is Rox? Shaki, I'm here for you. Are you okay, Shaki? I'm going to see you. They're just getting random shots of random pirates. Look, it's me. Here I am. Damn it, I can't get through. Gotta get Shaki. Oh, there goes Rayleigh. Rayleigh's gonna break through. Can you hear that? They're right behind us. But they'll just be a second too late. St. Somers, I don't think St. Garling would approve of. Shut up. If you don't say anything, it goes in the books as an accident. Well, that's one way to abuse your power, I guess. Just look at her face. The light of hope has finally gone out. This ain't no fairy tale. If anyone comes to save her, I'll kill them. Reality is cruel. I'll kill you in 5 blows. And with each bloody smash, you'd better regret the peace-addled optimism that led you here. Oh, that is a devious and evil panel there at the bottom. He's got the wickedest smile on his face. Followed by a, huh? I'll put flowers on your grave to send you off. Alright, are we going to get an epic spread of him getting cut in half by Rayleigh in the next panel? Page 18 and 19. And there's the to be continued. Spider Lily Steel. Bagia. And... whoa, I want to get a closer look at that. He cartoon smacked him through a wall. Sommers is smacked into the wall. Jackie, sorry it took so long. Oh, we get the flashback panel to him holding the note. I've come to get you. She's crying. That's a beautiful panel. Hooray, you took too long. Sorry you had to go through this. I was so scared. She's crying like a baby. Never again. Meanwhile, Gabon and Roger, can you do this later, damn it? We've got Shocky back, boys. Now take some treasure and let's get the hell out of here. We did not see a lot of rocks in this chapter. This was a fun read, though. Alright. So, as per usual, let's do our little bit of a reread and get some highlights. So, definitely this last page, for starters, is a big highlight. We'll work our way backward from here. We get the epic conclusion of Rayleigh finally showing up and saving Shocky. Romance, marriage, all that will come later. Also, just a reminder that this is still a Loki flashback, somehow. And we're getting basically God Valley thrown in here as a bonus. But this is a nice emotional scene, and I'll enjoy it. I'm looking forward to seeing it animated in probably about a year or so. And I'm sure it's going to be accompanied with some great musical scores and some great vocal performances. So I am looking forward to seeing this. This might actually be like another one of those Robin I Want to Live highlight moments for the anime when it finally gets there. So that's something that I should definitely look forward to. But the big highlight for me is Sommers. Sommers just continuing to be unambiguously evil. He is just a fun and a half. And he gets, like, the evilest shit-eating grin on the bottom of page 17. Right before he turns around and realizes he's about to get smacked by Rayleigh. I do feel like that speech bubble, though, of him going, huh, should be in the final panel at the very end of 17, where he turns to look and see Rayleigh. Because the panel with him laughing should just be him laughing and smiling with that shit-eating grin. The huh there feels really out of place. And I wonder if that's a translation error. Is there any other highlight that I want to talk about? This entire thing with, this whole scene with Shocky, Sommers, and Rayleigh is basically from the start of page 14 and goes all the way to the end at 19. So that's 5 pages dedicated to Shocky and Rayleigh. That is about a quarter of the entire chapter. More than a quarter of the chapter is just Shocky and Rayleigh. What was the name of the chapter again? A Song of Love Bound Under a Hail of Arrows. Just call it A Song of Love. That's a much better... And that's probably what I'm going to call the chapter when I put it on YouTube. Alright. So, what else do we want to highlight here? Oh, we got Garp being a badass, but that's to be expected. Him just face-tanking explosions and fireballs. It's cool. It's not my favorite thing in the world, though. We got a lot of good group shots. Garp looks very evil and sinister here. We got Dragon finally reacting to everyone being here, the chaos, and he has now lost and dropped the child. So Shanks has got a big lump on his head. Shanks was dropped as a child. I'm sure we're going to see some memes about that in the future. Although, to be honest, I've stayed off the internet because I've been so busy lately that I haven't really had time to get spoiled about this chapter, so I don't know what the contents of this chapter would be. But it does seem funny that I hadn't seen, like, even a meme of Shanks getting dropped as a baby. Maybe I should make that meme myself. Newgate slashed a Saint Maffy in half. Add that to the Whitebeard feats. And Saint Maffy has mouth laser, so that's something worth noting. And that's pretty much it for the highlights, which means we can now move on to predictions. So, we didn't see a lot of Zebek in this chapter, so I guess next chapter will probably focus on Zebek, and because Roger and Rayleigh's quest to save Shaki, as well as Kaban and a bunch of others, has been effectively completed at this point, and all they have to do is grab treasure and escape. So next week we'll probably be seeing what some of those treasures are. We assume most of them are devil fruits. There's 9 chests now, which is a retcon, because originally it was 6 chests when we got the Kuma flashback to God Valley. And we do know that the Dragon one will end up with Lin Lin, and that the Pawpaw will end up with Kuma. So that's still 7 chests that are unaccounted for that we don't know what's in them. And maybe one of them will just be full of gold, or a devil fruit and gold or something, and then Shanks will get tossed into one of those. So that's at least 3 chests that we know what the contents will be at the end of the arc. But that's still effectively 7 chests that we know nothing about. A lot of people have been making speculations. I want to talk about... Where was it? Yeah, Captain John's got like a mechanical arm at the bottom of page 13. So was he the previous user of like Eustace Kid's fruit? That's interesting. And also, Captain John has a really famous for his treasure. So Captain John will probably leave God Valley with a large chunk of the treasure. And whatever Captain John leaves with is something that Buggy wants. And Buggy considers treasure to be shiny things, jewels and gold. So Captain John is going to probably make out like a bandit at some point during this. And then we see a lot of the Rocks pirates that would later become the zombies of Thriller Bark, or the zombie generals, so maybe a few of them will pass away here. Also, I didn't comment on it, but at the bottom of page 13 we do see Gloriosa as well. Maybe she'll do something here. I didn't see Buckingham Stussy, though. Yeah, I don't see Buckingham Stussy. Which means maybe we'll see a panel. Were they in the panel with Whitebeard earlier? Kaido was there. Big Mom was there. Shiki was there. I don't see Stussy, though. Weird. I wonder what happened to Stussy. Maybe Stussy is off doing somewhere. Maybe this is where Stussy gets their devil fruit. Who knows? And one last prediction, I guess, that we'll talk about. I'm pretty sure, since Rox was literally in one panel, or 2 panels if you count the map that showed where he was, then we're probably going to focus on Rox's point of view. Rox is here to save his family, and he does name drop 2 people. Who did he name drop? What page was that on? Eris and Teach. So we're probably going to learn about Eris and Teach. We're going to probably get some Blackbeard information here. So I'm guessing it's Eris D. Marshall. Oh, that's assuming Eris is the wife, and Eris also carries the D. They might not. Or Davy. Sorry, actually, no, it's Davy D. Eris. Davy D. Teach. And the Marshal is a fake name. Which means it's not Marshall D. Teach, it's Marshall D. Davy. Or is it Davy D. Marshall, and is his real name? I don't really know. It gets confusing because of some people you do it in the traditional Japanese fashion of like they put the last name first or the family name first. Marshall D. Teach, so Davy D. Teach. His name is probably still Teach. Well, and I guess I should put my predictions out for Yamato again. I'll just clarify that one last time. I'm pretty sure that the Yamato... We got at least one chapter left, I think, for the Yamato's surrogate pilgrimage. But I think we do potentially have at least two more. We saw Kinemon in this chapter, so Yamato has met it back up with Kinemon, so... that lessens my predictions for how many more chapters we'll get, but there's at least one more, with Yamato probably leaving the Flower Capital. That could be a chapter. And then Yamato encountering a pirate crew, and then depending if Oda wants to stretch that out, leaving with the pirate crew, or that could all just be one panel. So the way I see it, we have 1 to 3 more chapters of the Yamato cover story. Let's see if my prediction holds true. It's been correct so far. I was right in that this was that last week was not the ending, which I think puts Yamato's cover story in the running for one of the longest ones. But that's going to be it for this tiny little stream. We went a little bit longer today. We've been we're streaming for 43 minutes at this point. So I guess we'll start a little bit of an outro. Thank you everybody for stopping by. And if you want to see more content like this, you could probably join my Discord. That's where I let people know all of my updates on what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, where I'm doing it, and as well as I do take some requests if people want me to react to something or if people want me to do some analysis on something. For the most part, I am putting a hold on that just due to the fact that I have such a busy schedule lately, and I have a backlog of things I need to do. Honestly, I probably should have reacted to this chapter a day ago, but yesterday I was away with family celebrating my birthday. I don't get to celebrate with family all that often, but I live close enough nearby to where I can bike over. And whenever I get invited to a family event, I go. Because I really enjoy the company of my family. That, and I've also basically technically have 3 jobs where I do dog walking, I do dishwashing, and then I also am going to be basically doing internship for my pre-observation hours or whatever, pre-professional hours for applying for my teaching credential and my MAT. I'm basically graduating this year from college with my BA, and then I'll be transferring into hopefully by March or April, be transferring into a credential program for the next year and a half, which is effectively going to be night school. Or maybe by then, if that doesn't work out, I'll just find a new job that pays better, and if I get a new job that pays better, maybe I can hire an editor, and then once I hire an editor, I'll be able to stream more often. Twice as often, to be honest. I would literally be able to double my streaming output if I could hire an editor. But I do kind of enjoy editing. It's just, I don't like the time that editing takes away from me doing other things that I like playing card games. I would love to do a stream where I just sit and talk with chat and climb the ladder on Shadowverse. We had our first effectively BNR update in Shadowverse this week. Happy birthday to me. And I'm told that they basically banned Mara Jane from Take-Two, and they buffed a few cards from Portal and Dragon. But beyond that, I don't know if anything else changed. Not so much a big update. And those updates will probably stay the same until Set 4 comes out in another month. And since I'm probably going to immediately upload this to YouTube shortly after for those who missed it, except it'll have chapters attached. If you haven't experienced one of these live, I do have a full playlist of every chapter from the start of Elbaph. Roughly, I think I started doing these, or I got the idea to start doing these like 1 or 2 chapters into the Elbaph arc, but from around chapter 1130 something to now. I've done 30 of these now that I think about it. I've been doing this for over half a year. But yeah, we do a lot of reactions to the One Piece chapter. I'm a big fan of One Piece. I even did a full playthrough of the recent One Piece game. I guess it's not recent at this point. There is a playthrough of the One Piece game, which his name's escaping me, the RPG one. If there's enough interest, I'll go back and play it, because there was a DLC that was added to it. One Piece Odyssey, that's the name of it. So if you want more One Piece content on the channel, there's that, as well as the full playlist of my reactions to the Elbaph arc so far. I do once again recommend that you do read along with me. A Viz subscription is relatively cheap, all things considered. Like a YouTube Plus prescription is like $18. A Crunchyroll subscription is like $7 or $8. Netflix is like $16 or something dollars. And yeah, subscriptions are getting kind of nutty. But just a reminder that watching React content is not a replacement for the real thing. And I would like to have that on the record in case somebody wants to take one of these videos down in the future. I keep the green screen up behind me so that I'm not showing the panels, because Shueisha will take these videos down. And they will copyright strike my channel if I show panels. I don't really talk about that at the beginning, because this is supposed to be just my reaction. You're watching this video to see my reaction, my thoughts, and my opinions on the chapter. You're not watching this to basically get the chapter for free. I'm already getting the chapter for free right now. And you can too if you are reading them alongside me. So for the first 2 to 3 weeks that this is uploaded, or possibly 4 weeks, because Yoda takes a lot of breaks, you could be watching this or reading it for free alongside me if you want to. Anywho, I've rambled on for long enough. What was it, like 42 minutes before I started this outro? We're at 48. 49! Yikes! Anywho, that's all from me. Once again, plugging the Discord. This has been Sheet Streams here live on Twitch if you want to watch these live, as well as any of the other content I do live. Otherwise, the VODs will always get uploaded to YouTube in and around, since I've been busy lately, 5 to 10 days. I try to get it out in under a week, but lately I've been so busy, and some of these streams have been getting longer and longer, which makes it take more time. Anywho, I'm going to take a small break, and I'm going to put this on the YouTube for y'all. I will see you all next week. I'm assuming it's not a break week. This has been a fun birthday. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you all when I see ya. Bye-bye.